Aston Villa just outside the relegation zone. They are 17th, and it's only goals scored that keeps them out of the bottom three. Dean, this is your former club. You know what it's like to play for Aston Villa. I know in recent weeks you have spoken about the need to sort of back him a little bit in terms of give him time to build. But from looking at as an outsider inwards at Aston Villa, it felt as though this is the right decision. What do you think?
Well, I think it's not just the performance last night, because it wasn't very good, and I think the fans had enough. But he's got, from last season, he had some baggage carrying over to this season, which has cost him his job probably. Because, still 2 wins and you're mid-table. Aston Villa, probably, if you look at what the target for Aston Villa is, realistically, after 3rd year back in the Premier League, I would say 7th or 8th.
Based on what?
On what the money they've spent and the time he's had to sort of put a team together. And the squad, I would say the squad, there's not many of the players would get in the top 6 team, but I think 7th or 8th probably would be acceptable for Aston Villa and the fans. But being 19th in the table and not playing that well, even though things have just conspired against him a little bit, I don't think the fans are prepared to accept it, or the owners being 19th in the Premier League. Aston Villa's too big a club to be 19th in the Premier League.
Well, we heard it last night. We heard it from the Villa fans saying you're sacked in the morning and all those kind of chants that you'd expect. The statement that Villa put out last night was short and sweet. Aston Villa Football Club can confirm that head coach Steven Gerrard has left the club with immediate effect. It went on to say, a club spokesman said, "We would like to thank Steven for his hard work and commitment and wish him well for the future." That was it.
That was a bit sharp, wasn't it?
Yeah, 40,
I thought he'd make it for
words.
breakfast. I thought he'd keep his job until breakfast, but they've just slashed his legs off within 40 minutes of the game.
That's it.
It looked as if I've managed 6 teams. I've been sacked twice, and the first time I got sacked, I got a phone call from the chief executive, and the second time I got sacked was right after a game, and I said, "Can you wait till Monday?" Knee-jerk reaction. So this looks like, as being a manager, I'm trying to work out what's happened there. Why is it so quick? Just sounds like he's had an argument with him, or he's gone, "Well, sack me if you like," but whatever. It was a bit quick. Yes,
absolutely. I think as much as we all thought this might be the end because of just how awful that performance was at Craven Cottage, I think equally the swiftness of it, I think, has surprised everybody. I think, like you say, you might have expected it this morning, or maybe they would have said, "We'll give you the weekend because there's a quick turnaround to the next game, and then we'll make a decision." I know you don't have time in the Premier League or in football in general, but it certainly does seem as though something else has gone on, maybe behind the scenes, for the reason that, as you say, they've made this very quick decision.
I mean, people keep saying they've got rich owners, but Steven Gerrard has spent, I think he spent about 60 million. There was 100 million of Grealish's money spent on, there was Ings, Bailey, Bundia, Dina. They haven't produced. Coutinho has let him down. No goals, no assists. I thought it was a great signing when he signed me. He played brilliantly for the first few games. Vision, passing. See, and now he's just not produced.
I think it's fascinating. Villa fans can put me right on this, but I actually was surprised they did sign him, because I didn't think he really ripped up the Premier League last season when he came on loan. So I was sort of surprised they did then turn that into a permanent move. And like you say, he's not really done much this season. And there's a lot of players that have not done much this season for Aston Villa.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.